Hey friends, I just want to talk a little bit because I know that I've gotten a lot of views on my ACE review. And in that review, I was doing ACE a little differently, shall we say, not the way that it's recommended. And so I wanted to talk about how we are changing and why. I've done a lot of studying, and because we are basically switching over completely, well, almost completely to ACE. I wanted to do it in the way that would help my students and me be the most successful, and the way that it was created to be done. So one of the first things that we're going to do is, now we've seen these a lot in a lot of videos, but instead of me setting the goals for the kids every week, they are going to set them. I've listened to a lot of people who did the ACE system and are now doing it with their kids. They grew up in it, and these goal cards are super beneficial because they just help the child set their goals for the day or for the week, which is, I mean, that's something that I had to learn as an adult. Like every week, I go through the freezer and fridge and I make up the menu for the week and I make up my grocery list. And so I make my goals, and then I know, like, there's no surprises what we're gonna have all week for breakfast and lunch and dinner. Like, we already know it's written up there, and we have all the ingredients available because I used what we have, and then I went shopping and bought the rest. And so this is super helpful because we are going to try to do each pace in a 3-week period. And so what we did, I sat and did with my 10-year-old today, with her goals, because we're starting our school year tomorrow, is we went through and we divided each pace by 3 weeks, and then the pages, and then went through, and she really wanted to have Fridays free, and I kind of talked her down from that because she's very distractible and she's also kind of a slow reader. But she did it in such a way that she wants to get most of her subjects done Monday through Thursday and have Friday off. And so those were her goals. She set her goals, and I helped her this time, and I'll help her for as long as she kind of needs help and to look through stuff. But the goal is for her to look at her paces and set her own goals. It's just to create independence, to look ahead and see what needs to be done and create a plan. And so another thing that I am doing differently this year than I did before, was before I actually went through my kids' work and checked their answers and did it myself. But part of the beauty of ACE, and one of the really important things, is that the kids score their work themselves. And so what I did is I pulled out all of the score keys that they're going to be using. Now I've got this little magazine holder. These are from Amazon and I love them. We've had these for, I don't know, 3 years. They're plastic and they're super sturdy. They've lasted through all sorts of curriculum changes and being carried around and transferred. But I've got one of these, and my 10-year-old now has her paces, but I've got the score keys and the paces for each child that we're going to start with tomorrow. I'm going to go through my 6th grader and 8th grader with them and help them set their goals. But I'm going to create a scoring station on the table, and so I pulled out all of the score keys for the paces that they're going to do, and then I'm going to have just a place in the kitchen on the table or a place in our schoolroom where it's got red pens and they can go score their work. It's going to be different, and I told them it's going to be something to change that, but one of the benefits of this program is that it's not me being overwhelmed at the end of the day, trying to correct like 4 children, 5 subjects each child, spend an hour when it's crazy and I need to have time with my husband, or putting the 3-year-old and 4-year-old to bed, or anything, just have time off for mommy. They are the ones that are seeing the mistakes they made. They go back and they correct it themselves. It's just a really great system. And then I think I'm supposed to correct and look over the self-test at the very end. Every pace has checkups about 1/3 and 2/3 of the way through, and so those are like little quizzes. And then at the very end, they've got that's the checkup for the 3rd one, and then they've got the self-test. And so I score the self-test, and then the day after that, unless they want an extra day for studying, which we haven't gotten to that point where they have needed extra study days, then I correct the test. I give them the test and correct it. And the neat thing about these score keys is that the test keys are right in the center of them. So I went through and I pulled out the test keys from the center and put them with the tests in a hidden place. And then when we finish with these I'll just slip the test keys back into them, put them back in the filing cabinets, and pull out the next ones. But this is different from what we had done before. And, you know, the year before when we did this, it was just kind of trying it out, seeing what we thought of the curriculum. It was kind of a way to give me a break from doing literature-based and project-based, where I was, you know, trying to keep the little guys quiet and and do school, and just even talking to my older kids about this. We were trying to have a little meeting about how things were going to go, and my younger three just started being completely chaotic and fighting just in the middle of a meeting. And I was just thinking, this is why we're doing ACE. I can't sit with them and teach them. I can't. I don't have the time, and there's not two or three of me. And then keeping the house clean, making the menu, doing the laundry, all of those things, and also being a great mother and wife and running our household. So anyway, so we are doing the system the way that ACE recommends. And the benefit of that too is that if at some point we decide to become a part of a school, my kids will already be in the habit of doing all of those things that the school does. Or if, you know, the Lord calls us to actually open a school at some point with our church or something like that, then they will be, you know, we'll all be familiar with the way that ACE is actually supposed to be run. So anyway, that is what we're doing differently. And we're going to start school tomorrow, August 3rd, and we're all really excited. We were so bored this week and just ready for a regular schedule, and my 10-year-old is super excited. So somebody is knocking on my locked door, so I better go and see what they need. But God bless y'all whenever you start school, and if you've already started, hope it's going great. Bye.